Greetings. This is Skyler Saunders seeing what's current. Now, I have a few different changes to the wardrobe, namely the glasses and the hat. I have issue with the pollen right now, so I can't really wear my contacts at the moment. So I'm rocking the goggles. And I'm rocking the hat because today is, of course, D-Day. Now, just to put in perspective, we're going to get to it later, but to put in perspective, Marines were not really a part of the D-Day invasion or the Normandy landing. A lot of people confuse that because it was seaborne. It was really about mainly the Navy and the Army, and mostly the Army. 73,000 of the Allied troops were Americans, and they were mainly from the Army. I just wanted to get that clear before we get any further. All right. So what are we talking about tonight? We're talking about Lil Tjay getting arrested on Instagram. Is this the new look? Is this the new highlight of the hip hop sphere? Is that what we're really doing right now in these streets? We're going against the word of the law. We're going against the authorities, saying, you can't touch me, bruh. No, there ain't no firearm in the car. That's Lil Tjay. And he wound up getting apprehended regardless of what he was saying. So who's right? Who's wrong? Is Lil Tjay standing up for his rights? Can rappers go a whole lifetime without being apprehended or confronted or talked down to by law enforcement? What is the main cause? What's the main threat? Why is Lil Tjay not being talked about for his set with Ice Spice on their song Gangsta Boo? Why is that not the leading story? Why is the leading story the fact that he's in police custody? Oh no. And he was on what? He was on Instagram? Get out of here. What? Why are we talking about that instead of saying he had a great set? He had a great, musical moment. Why is that? Why do we have to continue to, see, these rappers come in their confrontations with the police officers? Is it just going to continue as a trend? Something that always will be within the hip hop culture? Something that will always be in the genre, I should say? Something that will always be, as a part of the entire world of rap music? Lil Tjay is just another example in a long line of confrontations with police. And it seems like it will never stop. It just seems that way. It could. They could learn how to, coexist and be one on one with each other and be clear. I remember Drake had a line, he said, 12 give me that, but it's not reciprocal. That's just a stupid idiot. That's an idiotic statement. They're protecting you. The man in blue is protecting you from outside influences and people. And Drake's not a gangster rapper. He's not in a life. He's embedded with people that have years racked up. Probably got over 400 man hours or man years of incarceration in their history. But he's never been locked up. He's never had a crime attached to his name. So why would he even make that statement in a song with 21 Savage? 21, 21, 21. Why would he even say that? And you have Lil Tjay running around on Instagram showing his own apprehension. Why is that even possible? Why is that even something that we should even concern ourselves with? We should be looking at the music. The music is what is most important. That's what got him that big chain he's wearing around his neck with his name on it. It's the music. It's about being creative. That's what's so amazing. And it just astonishes me about the hip hop genre. It's about creativity. It's about making something new. It's about making something wonderful. It's about getting the women dancing. Getting in the club. That's what it is. That's what it's all about. Getting the ladies, popping their booties, whatever. and the men, getting and women getting money. That's all it's about. And learning from each other. Each one teach one. But no, sadly, it has to come to a point where rappers and figures like Lil Tjay still haven't learned that you say, you know what? I'm gonna take this kick in the pants. I'm just gonna lay down. You can search the vehicle all you want. If you got a warrant, and that's what it is. That's what it should be. That's how it should roll. Each time, every time, it should be like that. It should be on point where the Lil Tjay incident should be like a reminder and a stopping point for us to reflect on and say, let's not do that. Let's not be one of those people that dwells on the bullshit. I'll say it. Dwells on the bullshit. Let's not be one of those people that dwells on it. That can see clearly through all the mess and understand this about the music. That's what this genre is about. It's about creativity. But of course, it's also about mysticism, narcissism, and mercantilism. I can break all those down. Mysticism, you're not going to find too many rappers that are completely, absolutely atheists. Okay, and if they are atheists, they're not fully rational atheists. They're probably leaning towards, mystical ideals in the earth rather than spiritual realm. They prize, the proletariat. That's their mystical leaning. And narcissism, that's just, instead of confidence and pride and self-esteem, it's boastfulness, it's braggadocio, it's machismo, and that just goes along with what hip hop has always stood for. It hasn't changed since almost 50 years ago. It'll be 50 years in 2 months. And of course, mercantilism. That's just buying and selling. That's not capitalism. Capitalism is the social system of justice. It is about property rights and about individual rights, and the government's role in protecting property rights. But mercantilism is just about selling. Buy this, sell that. Buy this, sell that. That's basically what mercantilism is, and that's what all hip hop is. Those three things. It's still mysticism, it's still narcissism, and still mercantilism. Okay, so you have Lil Tjay in the clutches of the law. He puts this all on Instagram. I don't know why. Don't tell me why. This seems like a personal moment. This seems like a moment that I would not put on for the world to see forever and ever, and have it, passed around the internet like it's a joint rolled up and tight and lit. Lil Tjay made an error. He should have thought about it first. He should have considered the ramifications of who he was going to be. Could he be the good guy or the bad guy? He chose to be the bad guy. And then you can argue, well, maybe the cops, maybe they were, too aggressive. They were overbearing in their deportment and their activity and their behavior. And they maybe should have had a warrant on deck. And they should have had something to say instead of just, put your hands behind your back or, get up against the car. He just got finished doing a set. Trying to get this money from Summer Scam. And it's a scam. I already talked about it yesterday. It is a scam. So he was just trying to get his weight up. He was just trying to get his money up. I'm not mad at that. I'm not stopping him from getting that paper. In fact, I'm encouraging him to get that paper. To let these little scuffles go away and to focus on getting this bread. That's what he should be really focused on. Now, the authorities haven't announced any charges against Lil Tjay. He was previously arrested on gun charges in May. So possibly that could have been on, what there was on their mind when they said, there's a firearm in the car. One of his associates had the camera and was videotaping him the whole time. That's what happened. He got on film. He got on camera. He got on for the world to see. Instagram. Salute to Mark Zuckerberg, who knew he was concocting. Mr. Troy Star Terrain calls Mark Zuckerberg Damien. He calls him Damien because, he knows for a fact that he was making something that was devious. He was making something that was, going to change the world, but would it change the world for the better or for the worse? That's the question. What was the idea behind Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, Meta, all of that? What prompted him to put all that together? Did he anticipate that, rappers would be getting locked up on live on Instagram? When he was devising that, when he was with his strategists and his designers and engineers, they sit in a room and say, you know what, this is going to be used for rappers one day, and they're going to be filming their own arrests and apprehensions and being taken into custody one day. That's what's going to happen. We might as well just be clear with it. Be absolutely upfront and clear, and not even joke about it. We're gonna get this money either way. Zuckerberg is worth. Let's see how much Zuckerberg is worth right now. Mark Zuckerberg is worth $96.8 billion right now, according to this site. I think it is. Hold on. He is only like 2 or 3 people, or he's in the top 10 definitely. The most wealthy people in the world, according to Forbes. Latest edition of Forbes has him at $96.8 billion. It's a far cry from what Lil Tjay has. He may have what, 800,000, 2 million, something like that. Let's look at Lil Tjay's net worth. Lil Tjay net worth. Lil Tjay's net worth is $600,000. Now we had this conversation, or 500,000, close to that. 500, 600,000, close in that range. We had this conversation before. That's a lot of money. I don't care who you are. Even Pusha T said it. He said $500,000 in 20 is like $1 billion where I'm from. It depends on your context. It depends on where you are looking, what you are talking about. That's what it means. That's what it depends on. That's what the whole situation means. When you have you have $500,000. That's a lot of money. There's no question. That's a lot of money. But if you have $96.8 billion, you're in another league. You're in another stratosphere. That's a totally different. Feat. That's an achievement beyond a whole lot. But like I said, you put it in the context. Lil Tjay isn't from, upstate New York and Harvard and, where Mark Zuckerberg is from, and, from a community of network people and social network people. He's just a rapper getting on stage trying to get that pay. And I salute him for that. That's good money. $500,000, $600,000. That's good. That's good pay. Some people won't make that in a whole year, a whole 2-3 years. 10 years, something. And he's got that as his net worth. Lil Tjay in these streets, trying to keep it, funky, trying to keep it gangster, as we used to say. I'm an old head, so I know. I remember people saying "keeping it gangster." That was a fabulous song. Y'all know who? All right, that's enough. Because if I sing anymore, it would be a copyright strike, so I can't say that much. But you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying. Lil Tjay, he took a hard one tonight. He took a hard one today. Because it's all fun and games till somebody gets arrested, somebody gets shot, somebody gets killed. That's the nature of the game. It's like it's really crazy. The whole genre is out of control. Common said that rap is out of control, like a lost remote control. Rap is out of. That's what he said, and it is. It's completely out of control. You're trying to have a good time. You're trying to get have a little bottle of bub in the club, kind of rub up on something nice, sweet smelling, got a nice figure. Then you check for the Adam's apple and the package, and she's clear. Everything it's all good. Everything's great. And it's about fun. It should be about fun. It should be about having a good time, regardless of it. It's not even a game. It's not even funny. It's like we have all this fun and games, and then it turns into something nasty, turns into something raw, turns into something ugly. And we should be getting this money, and women can be getting on other women, and men can be getting on other men. That's your business. It's not my business. I want no parts of that. But if you want to do that, hey, I'll give you all power. I remember reading in Cecily Strong's book. I can't remember the title of her. She had an extraordinary book. She was just saying how, you don't have to call yourself an ally. You say you're a human being when you support LGBTQIA plus. This is called Pride Month. I don't know why it's called Pride Month when you haven't achieved anything because you're gay or lesbian. It's not an achievement. It's not a feat. It's not an accomplishment. It's nothing to be proud of to be in that sense. You can be happy. That's why they took their gangster. They're GAYNSTA. GAYNGSTA. Get my spelling messed up. They're gangster. They took over the alphabet. They took over the words. They are the real gangster mob. The people call them LMNOP people. They've taken over. They put themselves on the map. Seriously, if you say one thing against them, you're out of here. If I say the F word, I'm out of here. Salute to Courtney W. Love the glasses and the hat. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. You won't see this probably ever again. And the closest time you see the hat, probably in November. But I just wanted to say how Courtney W. has held me down since day one. I'm not trying to get her, to give me any money tonight. She don't have to give me a dime ever again. It's for y'all. She has to tell other friends to give me money. If she wants to give me money, I'm not gonna stop her. But I'm just saying, I'm not gonna ask her to give me money. I'm not gonna ask her for any, money at all. Just to tell other people about the show. That's all I'm gonna ask of her. Tell the people about the show. All right. Back to Lil Tjay. Lil Tjay is on one. I don't know if he is actually on one, if he was actually on a spliff or sipping that yak, or in the back sipping yak, off of that juice, and the goose getting loose. I don't know what it was, but he was feeling some type of way. But at the same time, Lil Tjay, I saw the video and he seemed very composed. I must admit, he wasn't wilding out. He was just like, nah, man, nah, you're not going to touch me. Nah, I'm not going for that. He was very calm and, non-confrontational. He to a point, it got to a point where the footage got all jerky and everything went to hell. But it started off with very calm and composed. He was not threatening. He wasn't trying to jump on anybody's neck or anything. He wasn't yelling at the cop. He wasn't saying anything derogatory. He was just like, "No, you nigga, you can't do that. No, you're not gonna violate me." That's him keeping it real, as we say as well, keeping it real. Every time you want to be a gangster in a video or on a track, you got to be gangster in real life. So I guess he wanted to be real in real life, IRL. He took it to that point. Oh, thank you, darling. Courtney just sent me a Cashapp. Thank you, darling. I appreciate that. Halfway there, that's right. Let me make sure that they know that too. Tonight's goal. Tonight's dollar goal. $5 of $10 raised. Courtney, be real with me. Put 100, put a one up in the live chat. I thank you very much for your support. But be real with me. Have you told anybody about this stream? Have you said, girl, you need to check his podcast out? Or yo, Holmes, you need to check out his podcast. He's telling the truth. He's keeping it truthful. He's telling the stories of hip hop in a different way. Oh, okay. Respect. Gigi. Respect to Gigi for the hatred. I respect you, Gigi. You're hating hard. I respect. Pause. Make sure you donate. Now, I can tell you to donate. You've never donated, to my knowledge. I don't think you've ever put up any money. Courtney W has put up dollars. Courtney W has put up many a dollar. And Courtney W says, I will continue to support the bussy. Just kidding. Ha ha ha. Hater misses nothing. Yes, but you're not the hater. He is the hater. He is the original objective hater. I am a hater, but I'm an objective hater, but I'm not the hater. He is Vader or Palpatine. He is Vader's boss. He is he's on a different level than all of us. If it wasn't for him, this show wouldn't even exist. So I have to give him full credit. All right, back to this story. This story is serious. Lil Tjay. It's all on the blogs. It's all on the sphere. I go to all hip hop. I go to Hip Hop DX. I go to Rap Radar. I go to Hot New Hip Hop, and they're all talking about it. It's a trending topic. Lil Tjay getting arrested for what? Who's at fault? Is it the cops or is it him? Is it too easy to say, oh, he should have been more respectful and more been more being able to be apprehended and be able to be taken into custody instead of being outrageous with him? Because that was at the end. It got outrageous at the end. The video goes all got herky jerky, and the people started fussing and tussling and stuff. But before that, he was very composed. He was a proper gentleman. He was very in the moment. He was not absurd. He wasn't getting loud. He wasn't cussing people out, beyond the nigga and the F. I think he maybe dropped a few F bombs, but that was about it. That he didn't say, he wasn't disrespecting the cop himself or anything. He was just really cool. He was in the cut. And he chose to be that way because he knew that he would have to, possibly face charges. And I think charges are still sticking. He's only 27 years old. He's a 27-year-old young man. Muhammad Kanate. Oh, excuse me. That's not Lil Tjay. That's not Lil Tjay. It's another story. He was just saying, y'all are bored out here, And let me show you how he was saying how, he just wanted to perform. He wanted to perform with Ice Spice, their Gangsta Boo collaboration. That's all he wanted. That's all he wanted. And it took a chance. He took a chance on the way there. That's what it means. Penitentiary chances. He's not going to penitentiary most likely. He'll get a court summons. He might have to do a little community service, something like that. If he has, in fact, a firearm, he's going to have to surrender that. It's probably, legal. It's probably within his name. If it is, he's okay. But if it's not, he might have to serve some time. And that's what he needs to do. If you're not having, registered firearms, and you need to, be on some locked up stuff. But that's what the reality is. That's what Lil Tjay is on right now. He's definitely on a point where he should be relaxing with, with some gin, listening to music with some, sexy women behind him, just like, like the video show, but that's his real life. Instead, he has so many people behind him that aren't guiding him in the correct way. They're not giving him all the support. Yes, Courtney W said that. I was just looking at him. Courtney W says, "Gotta get the likes up. There are 5 people watching me right now, but there are only 3 likes. Somebody do the math. Can somebody please do the math on that? You can only do the like one time. That's 4. 5. It's one more. There's 5 people watching. Somebody. One of us doesn't look like the others. I'm calling you out. Somebody. There's 6 people. 6 people watching right now. 6 and 4. I don't know. It looks like a deficit of 2. Should be 6 and 6, something like that. But Lil Tjay, it's an interesting situation. It's a very complicated matter because he's a productive individual. He's productive. He makes music, or as the Memphis rappers say, music. Oh, we got 7 people on the track on the site now. Okay, 7 and 4. Somebody do the math for me. Take us back to 2nd grade. What's 7 minus 4? I need those likes up so I can get the algorithm going. All right. So Lil Tjay he's ready to be a bona fide star. He's ready to be somebody that could be making millions of dollars. He's already worth $500,000 to $600,000. That's a lot of money in context. In the context of coming from the hood and coming from the streets, coming from, modest beginnings, that's a lot of money. Grown adults don't have that kind of money. People in their 50s and 60s. People are crying and whining about their Social Security and their Medicare and their Medicaid. And he has over $500,000 in the bank, according to these site sources. That's something to marvel at. Most of this country doesn't have enough money in the bank right now in their savings. Nowhere near $500,000 or $600,000 on record. There's people that, do housing work, putting up fences and putting up, roofing, do those kind of jobs under the table. I used to do jobs under the table. This is a fact. I used to shovel shit in Pennsylvania, literally. I'll tell you what. It was a boys' school, right? It was a school where these adolescents, I guess they got into trouble or something like that, and it was like a correction school. It was like a I'm trying to find the word, but it was like a get the popping. It was like a preparatory school, almost like a preparatory school. As close as I can get it. I'm snitching tonight. I can self snitch. I can give it up. I can tell you the snitching, Courtney W. Because it's funny. It's funny. It's a funny story. Okay, look. They took this treatment. It's a treatment that they have of the waste that they make. It's grimy. It's crazy, but they had this treatment that it takes away the smell, but you can still smell like a hint of it. And you shovel that and you put it into these bags. And you keep on putting it in these bags, and they bag it up and they put it on a truck, and the truck takes it out. I remember doing that, and I got like $100, $200 for that, tax free, no money. It's a fact. I mean, it's what you gotta do. It's a grind. I mean, I swept out racist white supremacist people's their lodging. What do they call their I'm missing the words. Their the trailer parks, their trailers. I cleaned out trailer. It was crazy. People are disgusting. Okay, people are nasty. They had like 1,000 bottles of empty Pepsi, 2-liter bottles, and I'm surprised there weren't rats and roaches everywhere, and ants or something. But there wasn't that. It was just these bottles everywhere, and there was this, there wasn't really a stench, but there was a whole lot of furniture racked up on each other, and sometimes he was like, the guy that was with me said you can find coins and stuff like that in the floor, and you can keep them whenever. I was looking down finding quarters and dimes and nickels and everything, trying to get them up, trying to get that hustle up and on my own. That's what it was like. It was a hustle. It was a grind. And I just took that to the next level. Talk about government pimping. I got my disability. I have bipolar disorder, and I have 100% rating. This is not snitching. This is just reality. You can look this up right now. You can look up how much I make right now. If you go to VA disability 100% on your favorite search engine and see how much I make, and on top of that, the Social Security amount I make, tax free. That's my hustle. That's my grind. It's nowhere near 500,000 or 600,000, and hell of a lot not near $96.8 billion that Mr. Mark Zuckerberg has. But in context, I'm a very rich man because I understood the game. I understood what was required. I understood what was real. I went into the psychiatric wards, and I took the time to speak with the patients. I took the time to ask questions. I kept asking people, what all of this would be. What is this? What is this 30-day thing? Oh, if you're here for over 30 days, you get paid at a 100% rating. So I was like, oh, okay. And so I just took that. I said this story before. I'm just reiterating. And if you can log off if you want. Oh my! I have to applaud. Five likes. Thank you. 5 likes, 4 people. That's a good thing. I don't care. Now it's 5 and 5. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. You're listening to the stories. You're appreciating the value of this network. All right, so I'm getting money. All right, so I'm asking the patients, because you don't ask the doctors or the nurses. They're not going to get you that money. The patients are going to be like, you need a lawyer. See, I had to really like dig down deep, because if you do take on 100%, you can't take a job. And at the time, I was like, I gotta work. Gotta be a producer. Gotta be productive. I'll be a leech. I'll be a moocher on the backs of the taxpayers. And then I was just like, you know what? I serve my country. And because of that, because of the fact that I was knocked out and taken to a hospital and given life-defining, diagnosis that changed my entire life forever, I should be getting compensated for this. I should be get recompense. I should be getting compensation. So I just figured out in my own mind. I said, you know what? I gotta get this pay. It took me a while. I'm telling you, it took me a while. 2011, 2012. I was in 2011. I remember this one guy, this one patient. He said, "You're not well." He just said it straight out, flat out. He was driving a silver Beetle. For him, I guess that was his, dream car. He had 100%. That was his rating. And it was amazing. It was an amazing thing. So I just had to take the time to really flesh out what it means to have money in context. Because I'm balling in context. I pay no taxes. Not a lot of people can say that. I can say that. I can say it loud and proud. I pay no taxes. And I want other people to be in a position to pay no income taxes. I don't pay, the only time I pay, consumption taxes is when I go outside of my state of Delaware. That's the only time. That's it. I have to be on guard at all times with how my money is spent, and the money I even take in from tonight, from today, like people like Courtney W is a day one. She's a ride or die. She's the truth. And I appreciate her, for her efforts and for her, her dollars. She's definitely supported me without question. She just steps up and says, "Here, I'm gonna give him a little something here," and then keep it moving. I appreciate that. And I want the rest of you out there who are listening and under my voice right now to give at least $3 to $5. $3 to $5 donation. Right now. Cashapp, PayPal. $3 to $5. That's all I ask. But Lil Tjay, he really had a run today or yesterday, whenever it happened. He had, it's all fun and games, it's all tight, it's all jiggy, it's all hot, it's all cool. Everything is moving and popping and shaking, and then bow. Now I'm in custody. And I gotta get bailed out. I gotta get out of here. That's what it's like for these young cats coming up. That's what it's like for these young players in the game that don't have a way of reference for them. They don't have a OG over them saying, "No, that's not a good look. It's not a good look, son. It's not a good look. Shouldn't do that. It's not part of the game." But like I said, before that everything went left, right, left, Lil Tjay was on point. I gotta commend him for it. I'm watching the video and it's like, why is he being apprehended? He's not even doing anything. He's not saying anything derogatory. He's not saying anything out, off color, off base. He seems like a rational young man. What's going on here? Why are the cops harassing him? Why are they bothering him? They have a job to do, to enforce laws. That's their only job. Not to be a judge, jury, and executioner. They're just an enforcer. They just make sure the laws are followed and not violated by anybody, and everyone's individual rights are protected. That's all a cop is supposed to do. A citizen on patrol. That's all that a cop means. The man in blue is a friend to you if he's in the right frame of mind, if he or she is in the right way of dealing with other people, with dealing with the Lil Tjay and how he fits into the picture, how he continues on with himself. And Gigi, you still haven't picked, if you're out there still, You haven't pitched in with your $5 to take me to $10. My goal is $10. I'm at $5 right now. And I'm gonna have you guess who that might be from. From whom that might be. All right. Lil Tjay. Lil Tjay. He's just a young guy coming up in the game. Got some money on him. You know, it's not a lot. It's not billions of dollars. But he's doing his thing. He's continuing on. He's like he's not on, a whole lot of mess, It's all about security. Maybe it may not have been a full-fledged police officer. It could have just been a security guard. That's why he was alluding to saying, you fake a cop. He was alluding to that. They call it a near altercation. Everything went, left, and it seems like it didn't get into, what it should have been. It should have been just him at a concert and being another rapper who knows that's better for him to be that way. I need better lighting. I look like I'm in a closet. Do I need better lighting? That's what is it? Shot by Fabi. If you sound like you know what you're talking about. You sound like you might be a somebody in the industry that has a better idea of what it means to have better lighting. We can talk behind the scenes. I would love to get a better light source, but this is the closest I can get. This is where I'm getting right now. That's why I was watching a YouTube video. She was telling me about all these different cameras and microphones and lighting fixtures. Okay, I agree. The lighting could be better. Okay, so that Courtney, says the lighting could be better. But she was showing off all these cameras and microphones and lighting fixtures and everything like that, and I'm just like, that's cool. I don't have that, but I'm gonna try to get this thing, popping no matter what. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna get to this point where I do have the best lighting and I do have the best audio. I have a professional microphone, but they run very high. She's like looking at the camera. She's like, oh, something at the low end, you'll get them for about $250 to $400, all the way up to about $1,500. And then she's like, the microphones, they're like at $250 to $500, and lighting is at $500 to $1,500. I'm just like, I don't got that kind of cake right now. I'm in context. I'm balling on compensation from the government. That's what I'm balling on. That's that's where I am right now. But I have to do this right now until I have to get my name out there and my skin in the game, as they used to say. I have to get my skin in the game on some level to be completely honest with you, completely transparent, as people like to say now, and to control the narrative, as people like to say in these days. These are like buzzwords, but Lil Tjay, it all comes back to Lil Tjay. He just needs to chill. That's all I'm gonna say, because he was just chilling. And it didn't seem like it was an actual policeman or a full-fledged cop. I think it was just a security guard that had a little bit too much angst. I do not have a P.O. box, but I do have a email account. I'll put that out here right now. You can email me any kind of inquiries or anything like that. I will be happy to answer you back in time, and to see about any equipment that can be brought in, and we can discuss that. Let me know. I appreciate you, Courtney. Thank you very much. But Lil Tjay, I don't want to point fingers. I don't want to point fingers because, like I said, this is a productive young man. He's making his rap career. He's an up and comer. He's new to the scene. He's not a heavyweight. He's not a big baller. In his own context, he is. But he's probably the most famous, the wealthiest person he knows. Coming out of the womb of hip hop. All the people back at home, that don't have $500,000 or $600,000 worth of assets. That's what it's really like. That's what this truth is about. He's spreading his truth. That's what rap is. That's what hip hop is about. Spreading the truth. Keeping it real. But when keeping it real goes wrong, that's what happened to Lil Tjay. When keeping it real goes wrong. Just like in the you troll babies in the comment section might not remember this, but Dave Chappelle had a classic series of sketches called "When Keeping It Real Goes Wrong," and it happened in real life. That's what's so crazy. He kept it real, and it went wrong. He lost his show. He lost the $50 million. He came back in a major way. He came back and made, I think, $80 or $90 million off of Netflix specials. But he was just keeping it real, and it just went wrong. It just went left. He lost his friendship. I think he found it again with I can't remember his name, but he lost his friendship, and he now has so much to live for now. He has the Mark Twain Prize. Neil Brennan, that's the guy he lost his friendship with, and I think they're back to being friends again, or at least cool. It may not be buddy yet, but they're at least cool. But I'm taking all kinds of different news topics from Double XL, as I mentioned before, rap, DX, hip hop DX, hip hop, hot new hip hop, allhiphop.com. It's just a lot of different ways that I've been able to take on all this news. It's news for you. Salute. No. I'm dumbing out, but you seem like you know what you're talking about with the. If you have any knowledge on lighting, I would like to see it. I just want to have as much lighting so you can see me, as if you can see my face and you can see what I'm wearing, and if that's clear. I'm a professional sports star. That's why I figured that from your name. I was like, he shot by. I'm guessing that's not by, by a rifle or a firearm or anything like that. You're a professional sports photographer, so I respect that. Just the lighting is flat. You don't need too much. Okay, so the lighting is flat. I will take that into account and see what I can do. Try to get the best lighting possible. For whatever it is I feel like doing. I appreciate this. I don't count this as. A lot of people say, "Oh, they hating on you, man. You're supposed to get your shine on." No, they're people in the chat, Mister. If you're a male, shot by Fabi or Fabi, I want to make sure I get that correct. I respect you and I appreciate you. Salute to you. I respect everything that you're doing. Troll baby, yeah, you troll baby. But you're being real. You're being honest. You're being truthful. I respect that. I do respect everything, all your efforts, and trying to make me look the best that I can be. And like I said, if you have any information whatsoever, I have my email address again. I'll put it in again. You can hit me up with a lighting or a camera. I don't know how to use a camera. I know how to use this webcam. I'm using the hardware. If I can break down what hardware I'm using. I'm using MacBook Pro. That's about almost 10 years old, but it's still a trooper. It's still in the game. It still runs fast. It doesn't limp, you know. But just hit me up. Hit me up with whatever suggestions you have. You're a professional photographer. I respect that. You're on your grind. Definitely salute you. Webcam hardware limp. Courtney's going in. Oh, no. Don't retract the message now. No. Don't. Don't retract the message now. She tried to go in on me. Oh, pause. You can't say anything. Everything. I'm gonna say without a pause, okay? All of y'all can, the rest. You can't say anything these days. Oh yeah. Pause. Oh yeah, I gotta pause on that. Oh yeah. Oh, pause. But yeah, I'm just everybody's on. We out for this dollar. We're out for $1. Everything we're doing it's for $1. There's nothing you can't get away from it. Everything is for $1. Everything is for sale. Thanks to Dame Dash and the Harlow. Exactly. And Jay, well, I guess you can say, Brooklyn dude, but he said on, I think from Reasonable Doubt, he was like, pause, or maybe it was Volume 2. It was Reasonable Doubt or Volume 2. He was just like pause. But yeah, I mean, you can't say anything, and then Courtney W, she gonna tuck her tail in and run away from her statement. That's all right, girl. You go ahead, girl. You're all right in my book. You're a donor. I appreciate all your effort and everything that you do, and you're not just a donor. You're a sustainer. You're somebody that continues to be in the chat every episode that I've done. I can't remember one episode where you weren't in. Beyond one when Houston was in, because he's a day one too, and he has put in dollars to the machine as well. So I appreciate all of that. I do. I truly do, honestly. But I wanted to get to what today is, and I'm wearing the hat. Marine Corps, United States Marine Corps, established 1775, Semper Fi. It's only out of irony though, because D-Day was not really about Marines. It was about Army soldiers, and 73,000 of the 100,000 or more Allied troops were American. And I just want to give, salute and respect to all the men and women who continue to fight for this country. Because like the hater says, stay low and keep your finger on the trigger. Now, of course, he doesn't mean that literally, because treat, never, keep. If you know what treat, never, keep. If you know what treat, never, keep means. All right, so, but D-Day is a profound day that occurred 79 years ago. They're gonna, recognize. I wouldn't say celebrate, but they're gonna recognize 80 years of D-Day next year. It happened on June 6, 1944. So next year they're gonna, have remembrances that are gonna be, even more profound, because not a lot of World War II vets are around that much. There's not a lot left. 16 million signed up for service in World War II. 16 million. Out of that 16 million, over $400,000 didn't make it home alive. They came back in a box. Now, I don't want to bring the story, the showdown, but I just have to give respect and honor to all these men and women who fought and died for our rights. But it wasn't for our rights, it was for their own personal freedom. And by extension, we have freedom. We have liberty. I said this before. I said this in the Memorial Day episode. But I'm just pointing out that this was a major invasion. This was or is the largest invasion from the sea in all of history. In all of history. And it's been chronicled, and probably most famous depiction of it would be Saving Private Ryan with Tom Hanks and directed by Steven Spielberg. Not the best movie, very natural, not very romantic, no, not romantic realism, but it's a solid film. It had what the difference between cowardice and bravery. A lot of those different battles between each other, more so than the fighting that I took away from it anyway. But it's a salute to those brave men who literally died on a hill. Died on a hill. Like we say that as a friend. If you want to die on that hill, by all means, we say that and it's cute and ha ha he he, and that's funny. But actual people have died on hills in real life. No joke. No cap. No cap on that. And the Marines were in the South, in the Pacific. They are mainly worried about the Japanese. The Marines were, more so focused on, fighting in the Asian countries more so than the army was in Europe. Though there were, a handful of Marines on D-Day. There are very few though. Maybe not even less than 10 or 20. I'm not even kidding. Not even joking on that. It's probably not even a whole unit that went out to fight on from the Marines standpoint. I mean, it just took it. They took it to another level. They went and they took all of their might and strength to fight the evil Nazis. And to what should have been even more, we should have been fighting the evil communists. And not in the backwards, messed up, terrible ways that we did with Korea and Vietnam. Because those were senseless, vicious, evil, selfless, sacrificial wars. World War II was our last and greatest war because it was rational. It was to defeat collectivism and let individualism reign. But instead, altruism reared its ugly head, and we still can't get out of Asia. We're still in Asia. I mean, now you have Putin, wanting to run things in Europe with taking over Ukraine, trying to take over Ukraine, I should say, making the attempt, half-heartedly and like a blundering, like blithering idiot, going into Ukraine, but he didn't. That's not our fight. We're giving them, munitions and moral support and everything like that. But we're not about to put troops and boots on the ground in Ukraine. That's just not going to happen. I can't see that happen anyway. That just would just be terrible. To launch into another war, and we're $31 trillion in debt. It'd be disgusting. It'd be disturbing. We need to focus on our own selves, be selfish and rational, and know what it means to be true to ourselves, what it means to be reality-based. But that's all I want to say. I appreciate you all for rolling with me. For Courtney W., salute to you, and salute to Shot by Fabby. Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me how to pronounce it. Fabi or Fabby? I know you're a troll baby. I respect you. You're and Gigi. Even Gigi, wanted to hate a little bit. Gigi was hating, but I need to hate too. I don't stop people from hating. You need to hate as well. Salute to you, Courtney W., and you are the truth. You come in at all times. And salute to you, everyone out there that put up the likes. This is probably the most likes I got in the show. I got 9 likes, and I had about 4 or 5. Or I think I had 6 as the most people in concurrent. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. But I appreciate you all. I will be studying and looking up the hip hop news and anything else that catches my fancy. And I will see you tomorrow. Take care. Okay, before this is a PS. Courtney W says, "Don't get it twisted. I'm a troll baby as well." So I'm okay. Respect to that. You're a bona fide troll baby. Yeah, you're true thing. True thing. All right. Take care.